community doesn't allow you to watch the stream with each other. What is this black magic? Hello, mortal GOW. You know, if this goes well, I'd be down for doing this, like, maybe not, I don't know, maybe a monthly thing, or bi-monthly or something like that, just depending on how often we can get this thing up and running.
Yeah, that would be fun, like just a recap of the month.
Yeah, ooh. See, we're brainstorming here, community. We're working out ideas and potentially bringing you all future content.
Yeah, send us what you would like to see us do with this format.
Definitely. And again, we'll get better as we progress. But again, this is the trial run, so hopefully you're enjoying it so far.
Hands off to CC for creating this wonderful graphic.
Yeah, seriously.
Stream, by the way.
And
put this whole thing together by himself.
This is seriously all CC. So give him like a bunch of high fives on his wall, or I don't know, send him cookies in the mail.
Yeah. Send the cookies to his wall.
Then maybe he can go to like a local convenience store and be like, okay, see all these cookies I got on my wall here on this comic book app? Give me that amount of cookies, please. And I'd say more than likely, they'll give him the cookies, because why would they not?
Right, totally legit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if for whatever reason the cashier's kind of like, what? He'll just be like, I am a curator on the Comic Amino app, and I demand you give me cookies, good sir or madam.
I have more power than you. Give me the cookies, please.
Yeah, exactly. Capo, how's it going, my man?
The buffering is probably from CC. His Wi-Fi is not the best right now, so.
Also, to be fair, he is basically connecting us, like all three of us, from another part of the world. So I imagine that's kind of strenuous on anyone's internet connection.
And if the stream just doesn't work in general, there will be a post up later tonight with all the winners.
Nope, we're gonna hide all that information from you all, and you'll never know.
It'll be exclusive to us three.
Exactly. And the only way you'll know is if you bribe me, personally, a lot of money. Or just, like, freshly baked cookies, because sweets are my one weakness. Like, I don't eat fast food anymore or anything like that, but if someone's like, freshly baked cookies, it's like, oh, you better give me all those cookies. I will devour each and every last one.
You can't bribe me or CC, you have to bribe Jake.
I mean, you can bribe Bob and CC as well, but mostly me, though.
Yeah.
For no other reason than me being selfish. Hey now, don't be making fun of my friend.
Oh, well, we should, CC should make us moderators of the chat, too.
Of course, I also don't know, like, how, I don't know, it's always hard to tell, in text format, like, whether someone's joking or not. But if you aren't joking, that's my friend right there, so watch yourself.
Yeah. So I haven't had a chance to talk with you about the Infinity War trailer, Jake.
Oh, I thought it was pretty sweet. I'm very concerned that, or maybe not concerned, but I'm just like, how are they going to make this work with the massive cast? Because it was one thing to make, like, the first Avengers or the second Avengers or Captain America Civil War work, but my God, Infinity War literally has, like, everyone.
Yeah, I remember they were talking about it has over 50 main characters for like a 2.5-hour movie.
And hello, Shane and Toxic, who are watching in a voice chat.
Yes, hello, Shane. Hello, Toxic. Nice to have you here.
Trying to greet everybody else to join in.
Let's see how far we can dig this into the ground.
Oh, if we're running it, I think we can dig this so far.
Oh, for sure.
Just me by myself. I think I Like if we were like sky high, like if we were even like beyond the atmosphere, like if we were a meteor, that meteor would come crashing down and eradicate the dinosaurs.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we are the meteor that eradicated the dinosaurs. We are the moon.
Yeah. So if anything, if the stream doesn't go well, we'll at least go down in history as the ones who eradicated the dinosaurs. But yeah, 52 main characters to be exact, and then 32 show up in one scene. Thank you, Mortal GOW, for correcting us there.
Which in itself is insane. Is there even a frame big enough for that?
Also, it's like, how do they decide what, I guess, characters and which actors will get X amount of screen time? Because they're all, like, pretty big actors, pretty well-known actors, so it's like, how are they going to be like, okay, you only get, like, 5 minutes of screen time, you get 12, you get, like, 6.
Or they have to give the original Avengers so much time, because this is...
Yeah.
I would assume that this is a lot of their last movie.
Probably.
But this is probably Cap's last movie.
Maybe. I could see him staying on board, but I imagine people like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, if they don't leave completely from the franchise, I think they're definitely going to take like a step back and maybe just pop up every now and then.
Yeah. Who do you think has the biggest chance of passing away? Besides Vision, because that's an obvious choice.
I'm thinking maybe Tony.
Tony, really?
Yeah, because even like, I don't know, because then at the same time I'm kind of like, well, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is the one who started this. He's also the one who, he's like the biggest star of the franchise. So one part of me thinks Marvel would be a little hesitant to like kind of pull the trigger and be like, nope, he's gone for good. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, really.
Yeah, it is. I think not many people are talking about this, but I think that Hank Pym is going to die in Avengers Infinity War. Well, yeah. I think that there's going to be this major twist where he's just going to come in and Thanos is just going to wipe it with him because he's like the last main key or something.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's talking about the fact that he is in Infinity War.
That's true. And hello, Xander Zwed. Sorry for the buffering, guys. But again, CC is like literally streaming this from like between me
India, I think,
and Bob from across the world. So be patient with us, and hopefully we'll hopefully the buffering will kind of like even out, and then we can start the actual awards.
Yeah, we're all in completely different parts of the world.
And thanks for the thumbs up, Keaton. Much appreciated.
Mm-hmm. I mean, also give us that sweet revenue. Thumbs up the actual video too.
True that. So, chat. What are you guys planning on doing for New Year's?
I know that I am planning on watching the Rockin' New Year's Eve event on ABC because I have no friends to spend it with, and so I just like watching the concert. So let's check Twitter.
Let's see.
Make sure you're tweeting us too. Don't be afraid to tweet. We would love to answer your questions.
Trying over my loss. What loss? You haven't lost yet? You don't know that. Guess her coming over to my house is gonna be boring. Why do you say that, Zeno? If I may ask.
What was that? Oh. Hey man, you never know. Like, you might win. And even if you don't win, you could say that I was nominated.
It's also possible that I might win all the categories, not because I legitimately won, but just because I'll abuse my powers and be like, ah ha 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 ha. Like, I'll be the Thanos of the Comics Amino.
As it would me and CC be your Black Order.
Yeah, if he wants to. I mean, all can be my minions, you know? And happy early birthday, King.
Yep, happy early birthday. Celebrate it with friends and family, or with me and Jake, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, you know. For a small fee, you can hire this Irishman to come by your house and serenade you. Terribly, by the way. I can't sing very well, but I can. For a small fee.
So Stanley's birthday was recently.
Oh yeah, he's 95, I think.
I think so.
Man.
And he better not pull a 2016 on us in 2018, otherwise I'm gonna be very mad.
I will be furious.
It'll be a day of mourning, and I think Comics Amino will shut down.
It's also, when you think about it, like, he's the last, like, comic book legend still, you know, still alive.
Well, yeah, there's still modern legends like Jim Lee who are still alive, but Stan Lee is the last OG legend.
Oh, yeah. Because, you know, Jack Kirby passed away in, 94. And then, like, you know, a lot of the DC people, like, there really wasn't, like, a one singular person who created a lot of the DC characters, you know? Like, it was all separate people, and then all the comics, like, all the characters kind of combined into one universe. Yeah, I also agree with Betty White. Like, if Betty White passes away, I will be, like, very upset.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, what we could do, people of the community and people in the chat here. So I'm assuming pretty much everyone is from across the globe. Here's what I say we do. Locate the Dragon Balls, and then we bring them all together, and then wish that, you know, Betty White, Stan Lee will live forever.
That sounds like a plan to me.
I know what the rest of you all think, but I think it's a pretty solid idea.
Speaking of around the globe, where are all of you from? I want to see how far across the globe we're getting.
Yeah, I'm curious, because I know I think most of our community are based in the U.S., but I do know we've got a decent amount, like, in the U.K., parts of Europe, you know, other parts of Europe, like Western Europe and stuff like that. So if you're not from the U.S., Canada, any part of the North American, South American continent, or yeah, even specifically, like, which states, you know, if you are from the U.S., or which territory, if you're in the Canadian region. Oh, Mortal, you're from Ireland as well. Nice. What county, if you don't mind me asking?
Florida. I love Florida so much. Have you ever been to Florida, Jake?
I haven't. Like, it actually dawned on me recently that I've been international than I have the U.S. And I've, like, lived in the U.S. for most of my life.
I'll be traveling down to Florida in the spring to go down to Universal Studios for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited to see how Harry Potter World lives up to the expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Michigan, how's the snow over there? I know you guys are getting snow.
Tennessee. I like Tennessee from what from when I've passed through there.
I've never been to Tennessee.
It's nice, especially Nashville. Like, it's actually got a decent rock scene. So I know it's obviously most known for, like, having country music, but that actually has a pretty good rock scene as well.
I'm not all that into rock music, but there's a select few.
Oh man, like, rock and heavy metal, that's my jam.
Really, I'm the biggest pop music enthusiast you will ever meet. I think pop music is very underrated.
I like older, like, you know, kind of like 80s pop and stuff like that, but new stuff, I'm just like, this is not good.
There is good pop music, like Khalid and Julia Michaels are very strong artists who are mostly pop.
Really? You're from Delaware? Well, if it makes you feel any better, Dank, I don't like country music whatsoever. I don't know if that makes you feel any better. Maybe it makes you hate me. I don't know. But I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I don't like country music. I mean, of course we like Johnny Cash, but
yeah,
aside from that.
Because Johnny Cash wasn't just pure country, though. Like, he was a bit more, I don't know, like, he experimented a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Big Shaq is my favorite rapper, personally.
Philippe, I'm telling you, man, that's just my face. I'm, like, 90% of the time I'm not angry or upset or anything. That's just my face. My very soulless, dead inside ginger face.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have any other expression than that, because you're a ginger, so...
Yeah. I mean, like, Wolfman and, like, a few other people in the community, they're like, just post a picture of you expressing, like, emotion. I'm just like, I don't know what that is. Emotions are a foreign concept to me.
So, what do you think was the best comic book movie of the year?
Definitely Logan.
Logan? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not Irish. What? How dare you, sir? Or madam. I'm not sure what your gender is.
Wow, did you just assume his gender, Jake?
Well, I said, you know, sir or madam.
I'm leaving. This is an outrage.
Okay, so Mortal. I am very ginger. I am short. I'm not drunk, but I do have alcohol, so that I can change that. Although I imagine that'd be a little frowned upon for certain people in the community, so I shall refrain.
Logan was the only comic book movie you liked this year.
Oh no, there's been some pretty good ones. This has been a really good year for the most part. It's just that I think Logan was definitely the best.
Logan was so above all the other ones that it kind of makes itself not a comic book movie, just based on comic book movie standards.
No, Perez, I'm a ginger. I'm very pasty pale. I pretty much am the epitome of a stereotypical Irishman with my pasty pale skin, ginger hair, affinity for potatoes and anything potato related, and I do like a good Guinness or beer.
I have checked out Star Wars Amino, and I do think that it's a very respectable community. However, I cannot personally get into it.
I was on there for a while and was pretty active, but then when I became a curator on Comics Amino, that takes up a pretty good chunk of my time. So I was kind of, I haven't been active on Star Wars Amino in I don't know how long.
I try to make a blog on Star Wars Amino at least every 3 months, but it's been really hard.
Yeah. But also it's just, honestly, even like my blogs on Comics Amino, I haven't really had like a good... I don't even remember the last good blog I wrote, honestly, so...
You write beautiful blogs, Jake.
Thank you, but you're far too kind, and I think you're just saying that to make me feel better.
Well, we'll not go into that right now.
But also, Mortal, since you seem to be questioning my Irishness, if it makes you feel better, I can use my native Irish brogue, if that makes it more convincing.
So, Presmonty, I wouldn't be surprised if Logan was the only one you liked, because I didn't like a lot of the comic book movies this year.
Like what?
I hated Guardians 2.
I didn't hate it, but I was... I felt like that was way too much comedy, and I get that that's kind of what the Guardians are about, is more comedic, but I feel like there's way too much comedy, and not a lot of it landed for me personally.
Well, yeah, that's... My problem with that is it relied too much on the comedy, especially when they have such great characters in the Guardians, and you just don't... And you only focus on Peter, and even that is centered around comedy.
Yeah.
There's no depth to that for me. And I felt like Ego was one of the weakest villains of the MCU, which, I mean, isn't that...
better villain,
but
he's still not great. Also, Mortal, you can look at my picture, like, you can look at, like, my, most recent blog, the, comic, trade paperback showcase. Like, it shows pictures where you can clearly see my ginger hair. I don't know why you're downing my gingerness. I'm very, very pale.
Really, you hated Wonder Woman?
See, I loved Wonder Woman. Oh, it's fantastic.
I saw Wonder Woman at a 40 theater, so I guess I might be a little on the upside of it. But I still enjoyed it. It was a well put together movie.
Honestly, I think it's the best DCEU movie. And also like Man of Steel. So come at me, haters. I love that movie and I will defend it. But
I love Man of Steel.
Wonder Woman,
I think Man of Steel is the best DCEU movie. Well.
I need to rewatch it to like to say for sure, but like because it's been a couple of years since I rewatched Man of Steel all the way through. But even still, like Man of Steel, I thought was great, and then Wonder Woman I thought was also an excellent movie. But you follow me on Twitter? What's your Twitter? Twitter. I can't even talk. What's your Twitter handle, Prez?
Mortal, I think you have a good point too. The song choices in Guardians 2 were not nearly as good as the song choices in Guardians 1.
No, like Guardians Volume 1 like had the perfect soundtrack. Also agree with you, Mortal. Power Rangers, I thought that movie was way better than what it should have been and what I expected it to be.
Power Rangers? I loved Power Rangers so much.
Because like when I saw the obviously like when they first announced they were doing a Power Rangers movie, I was like, like I get it, nostalgia, like 90s, 80s nostalgia. That's whatever, that's fine. Didn't really expect very much, and then sure enough, I saw the first trailers for it, and I'm like, huh, this looks better than it should. And then but I was still kind of, I was like, I've been fooled before, where the trailers are good, movie not so much. But then I saw the movie, and I was just like, what? This movie was more focused on the characters than actual like Power Rangers and campiness. I'm like, this is bold, but this is also great.
The Power Rangers movie was better than the Justice League movie. Let that sink in for you.
Yeah, it really was. And I didn't hate Justice League. I just thought it was okay. Like, it was just a very okay, middle-of-the-road movie. But okay, yeah, now I remember you following me on Twitter, Prez. Which, again, you all are more than welcome to follow me and Bob here on the internets. As you can see our Twitter handles displayed in the graphic.
The actor who plays the Red Ranger, Dacre Montgomery, has been on an absolute roll this year.
Yeah, I thought he was really good in Stranger Things as well.
He was the best part of Season 2 of Stranger Things for me, by far. Come at me, haters. He was the best character, flat out best character.
Ooh. Director that would make a good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
A good director. There we go.
That's
if
true.
you have a good director, he'll make a good movie. But
I mean, I don't know. One of the first go-to directors that came to my mind was Edgar Wright, because Edgar Wright has done nothing but great movies. Like especially Baby Driver, my favorite movie of the year. So Edgar Wright would be my first choice, but
I didn't like Baby Driver as much as everybody else.
Get out.
So I saw it like really late, like 3 months into its theater run.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd just been super hyped up for me. Like, I was expecting it to be one of the best movies I've ever seen, best Edgar Wright movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was really let down. I still think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
However, I don't think it's as good as people make it out to be.
See, for me, like, when I left the theater after seeing Baby Driver, like, I had a huge grin on my face, and I was like, oh my god, this is what I love about, like, watching movies, is, like, when I see a movie, and I come out of the theater with, like, a big, stupid smile on my face, and I'm just kind of like, yes, that movie was so satisfying. And it's probably the most satisfying movie since, probably Sing Street last year, which, that movie was
I love Sing Street.
Oh my god. Okay, people listening to this audio, if you haven't seen Baby Driver or Sing Street, do yourselves a favor. Sing Street is, I believe, still on Netflix.
It's on Amazon Prime, I think. It's on either Netflix or Amazon Prime. Go watch it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Such a great movie.
For me, I don't. Sin Street blew me away when I watched it.
Yeah, this is what I love. Like that was another one of those movies where like instantly after I watched that movie, I was like, I could easily rewatch this movie right now. And
I think I did. I think I rewatched it the moment I finished it. And I think that second time I had my parents come in and watch it with me, and they loved it too.
As they should. Everyone should love Sing Street. It's a great movie.
Go watch Sing Street. Do yourselves a favor. On New Year's Eve, if you have nothing to do, watch Sing Street.
Yes! Yes! Hello, Wally West. Damn straight it was good, Zeno. Best movie of the year, in my opinion. Or at least my favorite movie.
My favorite movie of the year was probably War for the Planet of the Apes.
Ooh, that was a great movie.
I love that movie so much. A really underrated movie this year that not enough people have been talking about recently, especially for Best Actor noms. Split. Because James McAvoy deserves a Best Actor nomination for Split.
Yeah, for sure. Like, even though I didn't care much for Split, like, James McAvoy was just absolutely phenomenal in that movie.
Out of this world in Split. Yeah. I think Split would have been an okay movie if it didn't have James McAvoy, but he raised that movie to a completely different level than it deserved to be.
I don't know, Venom, if you're asking everyone's thoughts, but I like Spider-Man: Homecoming. Thor Ragnarok was my favorite of the MCU movies, followed by whatchamacallit. Spider-Man: Homecoming.
For Comic Industry, Jake?
I would like to. So hopefully I'll figure out a good thing to write for it. No, I completely King. Very underrated movie.
Yes, should have made a lot more money than it did. Well, wasn't Dawn released in like November?
No, I think it was in the spring.
Really?
I think so.
I think that made $700 million.
Yeah, because I think
this one only made like 400.
So because I think Dawn, the first one, that came out. Actually, no, I think the first one came out in the fall, like in like August or something like that, and then Rise came out in, I believe, the spring, if I'm not mistaken.
Worst movie, Batman vs. Superman? I would have to disagree because you have clearly not seen Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell was pretty bad. Although visually, I thought visually it was very nice, but that's all I had going for it. I was not crazy about BVS. There were a lot of things that I liked about it, but as a whole, the movie didn't work for me. But I wouldn't say it was the worst.
But there wasn't.
Yeah, that year.
Yeah, last year was a pretty mixed year for comic book movies.
So Dark Side saying it's still bad. How about the rest of you all? How's your connection? Buffering.
We honestly apologize about the buffering. Next time we do something like this, we will have a much stronger connection.
Okay, so Danger Mouse, buffering stopped. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is pretty bad.
Spider-Man 2. I got so excited because I went to go see that opening night and I hadn't heard about any reviews. I completely avoided reviews for that movie. I walked out so disappointed.
I'm trying to think of other ways we can maybe improve the, I don't know, like maybe improve the connection or something like that.
Get better hosts. There we go. Boom.
Well, I mean, I don't know if like I don't know, the people in the chat could like refresh the page, or if that would work, or I don't know. I'm not very tech savvy, so I have no idea how to fix stuff.
Mm-hmm. How did you feel about Last Jedi?
So without spoiling anything, my initial viewing, I didn't know what to think because there were things that I liked about it, and then there were things that I didn't. So I was just kind of like, I need to watch this again to just, fully process everything and have like a very, more accurate opinion. Um, so upon my second time seeing it, I liked it more, but it's still not my favorite Star Wars movie because there are a lot of things that I like about it. It's just that the things that I didn't like was more the execution of how they did things. Because I'm like, okay, that's cool, but you maybe should have done it differently. But yeah, as a whole, I liked it. I still like Force Awakens and Rogue One better though.
Yes, unpopular opinion, I think Rogue One is the second best Star Wars movie of all time.
I'd agree. Empire is still my favorite.
Empire is better, but I think Rogue One is just so much more character driven, in my opinion. But and the dynamic between Jyn and Cassian, I believe, is out of this world.
Joseph, yes, Catwoman was awful, and I don't know what Warner Brothers were thinking to greenlight that movie.
It took them so long to make that. They should have made it when Michelle Pfeiffer was still young enough to play Catwoman.
Yeah, that. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the Tim Burton Batman films, controversial opinion, she definitely. I do think she would have been a better fit than Halle Berry, just because really, like the Catwoman movie that she was in, really had nothing to do with Catwoman aside from the fact that the name Catwoman was, the title of the movie. Other than that, it was really nothing like, the comic character.
I still haven't seen the 2004 Catwoman movie. Is it a needed experience?
I would only recommend seeing that with friends, and if you're of age with alcohol, and then you might get a kick out of it just because it's so bad. But other than that, no, I would not recommend it.
Okay. So, no, don't watch it.
No.
It's not buffering for you, mortal. That's awesome.
Spider-Man 2 is one of the best comic book movies. I will agree with you. Let's see who said that. Venom. I don't know if it's not my. I don't think it's the best in my personal opinion, but it is definitely up there.
Unpopular opinion. I don't like Spider-Man 2.
Really?
No, it feels too dated for me, and that might just be because I'm younger than a lot of people. And then, I guess people are nostalgic about that movie, but I dislike Spider-Man 2. I do love Doc Ock in that movie, though.
No, Alfred Molina is a fantastic actor. I always like it when he shows up in movies, just because I really like him. Okay. What if we do like maybe I don't know, figure out what the ratio is of people who are having buffering issues and people who aren't, and then I don't know, see if we can figure out something.
Yeah, keep in mind too, once this is done, this will be on the YouTube channel, buffer free. So, if you have any interest in just stopping now, I don't think that there's a problem with that.
Nonsense, Bob. They have to be here at the moment.
It's an experience.
Yeah, exactly. That way you all can say, like, 10 years down the road, it's like, I was at the first comic video live stream. It was a bumpy road, that's for sure.
It was most definitely a bumpy road.
But I was a part of it nonetheless. And then make fun of the young newbies on the app and be like, you young whippersnappers, you know nothing.
You don't know the real struggles of trying to do this monthly.
Or that'll probably just be me commenting on all the new people. Instead of being like, hey, welcome to Comics Amino, you have a pleasant experience. We're like, you young whippersnapper, you don't understand.
Fix Jason Bob's Wi-Fi. Yeah, fix my Wi-Fi, please. It's terrible right now. So I wouldn't mind. This is fun. I would not mind doing this.
Yeah, and I don't know, like if we do make this a regular thing, which I'm all for, we can bring in guests from the community every now and then to just chat about all things comic related.
Oh, for sure. I don't know. I'm a pretty dull person, so maybe a different host other than me.
You're doing just fine.
Also, one more shout out to CC for putting this thing together, because he's just working his butt off to make sure that this is stable. So do we want to get to awards?
I don't know. How are you guys feeling in the chat? Do you guys think we're like the audio's and the quality is good enough for everything?
I don't think that it's going to get any better, so
okay.
I think we should just get into the awards.
Well, if I may, before we start the awards, I'm gonna go urinate. Because I gotta pee.
Hold on, I can't handle these fools by myself. Who's excited for New Mutants? Personally, I know this is a very unpopular opinion, but New Mutants for me is my most anticipated comic book movie of next year, above Infinity War, just because it's so different and unique than any other movie this year, or not this year, next year. It's just so, dare I say it, original, that I'm just incredibly excited for that movie. And the cast is just me very excited, especially Charlie Keaton and Anya Taylor-Joy and Macy Williams.
I have returned.
Oh, great. Talk about New Mutants with me, please.
So I'm not super familiar with the comics. However, I am very much looking forward to the movie just because it looks different.
That's basically what I said. I said, unpopular opinion, it's my most anticipated of next year, above Infinity War.
I think that's fair. And here's the thing with the Fox movies. Even though I've not been the biggest fan of the Fox Marvel movies, I like that they at least have been trying different things lately. Like, with Deadpool, Logan, New Mutants. So hopefully, now with Disney buying Fox, or at least the buying back their properties, hopefully they'll keep that trend going. Because I really don't want every Marvel movie to kind of feel the same and be like, yeah, it's not bad by any means, but it's just your typical Marvel movie.
Yeah, I hope that they keep letting the creatives over at Fox do what they're doing, just with more oversight from Kevin Feige. Because they seem to be doing unique things over there. Yeah. And I think they course corrected after X3. And to be fair, they've only, since Origins Wolverine, they've only released one less than positively received movie. They've released X-Men Days to Future Past, the Wolverine, which I quite like the Wolverine.
I thought it was good up until, like, the last 20, 30 minutes.
But it's still okay movie.
Yeah.
And they've released Deadpool and Logan and X-Men Apocalypse, which is the only less than well received movie. So I personally don't understand all the hate against Fox, because they seem to be doing quite fine. But that's personally just me. I don't understand the hate.
Alright, so, I guess, do you guys want to go ahead and move into the awards part?
I think that's a good idea.
Alright. So, Bob, do you want to start off for me?
Sure. Quick disclaimer, I have not read all of the blogs or talked to all of the people in the winners and nominations category, so bear with me. I know that Jake has.
Yes.
Okay, so do we just want to do nominations first?
Yeah. What format we want to go with?
Oh, let's just say the category, then list off the 3, 2, and then do number 1, and then talk about why they were number 1.
Okay.
That sounds good?
Sounds good.
Okay. So, the number 3 spot for most creative member was Comical Outlaw. And number 2 was my personal friend, Dark Monitor.
And number one. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. People listening to this, do a drum roll.
Drum roll in the chat. Was Pardo258. Give him a hand.
Good pal of mine. Which, yeah, Pardo has always been like a fantastic member of this community. He's always been active, always does, really solid content. Not to say that, the other people nominated don't. Because again, like, the hardest thing is to nominate, or to, like, pick the winner, just because there's a whole lot of talented people in the community, so I don't envy, it's just a hard decision to actually, like, legitimately pick a winner, so.
Mm-hmm. Pardo was also nominated for Most Creative Blog, too.
Yes. Which I guess we can go ahead and transition into Most Creative.
Would you take care of that one?
Sure. All right. So, Most Creative Blog. Here are your nominees: Types of Superheroes by Starkiller, The Gump Point Paradox by King Josh, and drum roll, please, the winner. I'm assuming you guys are doing a drum roll in the chat. So. The winner is How Rick Can Murder the MCU Easily by Pardo258.
I did read that blog, and that was a very creative blog. I really enjoyed reading it.
Yeah, that's also, like, the way Pardo, like, formats his blogs, as well, which I think makes it, makes his blogs that much more creative and well formatted and all that. So congratulations to Pardo258. I don't know if you're listening to this right now, but congratulations, pal. You did it.
You done did it, boy.
You're on your way to the big leagues, kid.
Remember me when you're famous.
Yes, and then send me money. Because
cookies.
Yeah, or cookies. I'll gladly accept that as well. So, Bob, if you'll take the next category.
Yes. Yes, here. Hi. The most informative member. Number 3, Comic Girl. Number 2 was Daily Bugle. And then number 1, personally no surprise for me, was All-Star.
Which also, again, All-Star putting out content non-stop, it seems like. So,
oh, no. Yeah, non-stop.
Like, again, like, and again, like, hats off to All-Star. I don't know how they have the time to put out, like, as many blogs as they do, and especially quality blogs, too, is very impressive. So, congratulations, All-Star. I salute you, and keep up the good work.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I guess I'll take on the next category of most informative blog. Number 3 is Hegel Philosophy and the Green Lantern by Odinson. Number 2 is Star Wars 101 by Starkiller. And number 1, How to Draw Comics by DeGenesis, which is also a fantastic artist, which makes sense as to why they would write a blog about how to draw comics. And it was also, it was a really fantastic blog and very insightful, especially to someone like me who is not good at drawing. So when I was reading that, I'm like, ah, nifty. That's how you do it. I still don't think I could get anywhere near to the quality of someone like DeGenesis, but still, very insightful and very well done. So congratulations to DeGenesis, and can't wait to see more of your artwork.
Yes, congratulations. Your artwork is very good, as Jake probably said. I'm trying to manage the discussion.
No, that's
a public discussion. So what are we at right now? Best artist?
Yes, we are best artist.
Alright, best artist at 3 is DeGenesis. Number 2 is Simon Wyatt. And number 1 is my good friend, Kalambot. Congratulations, all.
Which again, the fact that they're able to put out like as many amazing drawings and stuff like that as they are, like that are that good quality, is just fantastic. So, again, keep up the great artwork, and I salute you, gentlemen. All right, so next up, best cosplayer. Number 3, Darth Kawina. Number 2, Friggin' Boom Toys, and the winner, Annie Art, who's always just knocking out of the park with that Scarlet Witch cosplay.
The Scarlet Witch cosplay is very well done.
Oh yeah, and the fact that like I'm assuming her photographer is the one that does all the edits with like Megan, giving her like the orbs or the I don't know what yeah. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so best group. I have been a part of none of these groups. Are you a part of any of the groups, Jake?
No, I'm not in any groups at all, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think the last group I was in was that group me and you started, the Netflix group. About like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta bring that back. Hold on. Alright, so number 3 we have Untold Comics. Number 2 is the Inner Circle. And then number 1 is a relatively new group, the Watchmen of Amino.
Woo! Always
I'm pretty sure
this, keeping us safe.
Alright, so I'm in the public discussion, and they're saying that it crashed the moment we were talking about The Room.
What? So like none of past that, no one's been able to hear anything.
I don't think so.
Shit.
But we should just keep doing it just in case.
Okay. That really sucks. But anyways, the show must go on.
Yes. This is just a learning lesson for us. Next time we will be much more prepared.
Yes. And for those of you who have, been bearing with us, we appreciate it, and we'll be sure to fix this next time.
For sure.
So, next up, best event. Number 3, Comics Amino Sexual Assault Awareness Weekend event, which was, a fantastic event, of course. Number 2, Comics Amino Secret Wars. And number 1, Comic Industry Season 1.
Comic Industry was such an amazing